Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to another reading. For those of you who are new, my name is Nicole, and today, again, I prepared some cards here for you for a channeled message for the collective. There has been a lot of chaotic energy going on. I'm certain that many of you have felt it. We also recently celebrated a new moon in the sign of Taurus, where several other planets are currently present, including the Sun, Jupiter, Mercury, and Uranus. So a lot of crazy energy. I'm not going to go too much into the astrology here, but I did want to point this out just to help people understand that there is a lot of energy at this time, and it's very, very important that we take time to ground our energy. So before we get into this reading here, to help you all ground your energy this morning or whatever time you're watching this video, so I just invite you to please close your eyes, and we're just going to go through 3 rounds of breath here to clear out any stagnant energy. So nice big inhale through the nose, pull the breath all the way up to the crown of the head, and as you exhale, make a HA sound from your mouth. Ha. Nice deep inhale, breathing through the nose, putting the energy up, 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 up to the space above the crown of the head, up, 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 and exhale, HA sound, pushing from the belly. Feel free to go as loud and as strongly as you want. Ha! Really leaving any stagnant energy to release from the body. Last inhale here, biggest inhale you can muster. Big inhale through the nose, pull, 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 and exhale, ha. Ah, feel it all the way into the lower back. Push the energy down. Feel the breath traveling all the way through the legs, the knees, the calves, and down into the ankles, the feet, and all the way back into the core of the earth. And welcome back. I'm hoping that you're all feeling a bit more grounded here. So, the first card that we have here is Gemini with the numerology number 3. So, Gemini talks about communication, especially with the 3 here. This beautiful card here with the 2 pollinating bees. And Gemini represents twin energy. So there are 2 aspects. It's kind of the yin and yang aspect. It's within every human being, there are 2 aspects of us: the masculine energy, the feminine energy, the left brain, the right brain, the yin, the yang, and so on and so forth. So at this time here, what we're really being called to, the first thing that comes to mind with the Gemini being 2 is that we're really being asked to collaborate with others. Bees work in a team, and the bees all work to protect their queen. And they all work together, and when, one bee individually is not that powerful, but when they're all together, think about the things that bees can do. And so we're really being asked here to take time to start creating networks, to start creating community. There's many people who are feeling very lonely at this time, and it is a very lonely time, especially for those of us who are on the path and who have chosen to follow a spiritual path in whatever form that looks like. But really, the spiritual path means going inwards and connecting to ourselves first and foremost, but also to connecting to the bigger network of life that surrounds us all the time. And so we're really being asked to start creating networks and start creating community, because those of us who are on the path, well, it's not an easy path. And most of you might have been feeling and noticing that there are a lot of people who are leaving our lives, where it feels like there are a lot of chaotic situations that are taking place at this time, and they are to a certain extent. But remember, for those of us who are choosing to take the steps necessary to start improving our lives, then what will happen is that God, the universe, the angels, the greater powers, whatever you want to call them, is basically removing all the things from our lives, people included, that do not have our best intentions at heart. And it's unfortunate to say that many people, they want to be there for your success, but they don't necessarily want to be there when you're struggling, moving towards success. So it's important, especially now, that we start identifying who are the people that are the people who are wanting for us to succeed and wanting the same things that we do, or who are secretly plotting our demise, which unfortunately it seems that there are many. So we're really being asked to identify who is part of our community. And I just want to touch on family here a little bit, because family is such a touchy subject, and family is not easy. And we have the belief that because we are born into a family that we are tied, and yes, we are tied, but I feel that so many families tend to forget that just because you are tied by blood doesn't mean that you can't treat each other with the same respect that you would any other human being. Just because you are tied and connected by blood doesn't mean that we should be treating each other any less than we would treat any other human being, or the way we treat our friends or the people that we love and care for. So family is also about the family that we choose. So what is the family that you are choosing to surround yourself with? Because the people who we spend most of our time with, they are actually influencing the person that we are becoming. So if we are surrounding ourselves with people who do not want better for their lives, or who don't want to live healthier, happier, more joyful, fulfilled lives, then unfortunately those people are stopping you from getting to where it is that you want to get. So what is the network and community of people that you are surrounding yourselves with that are going to help you and support you during this process? And the number 3 here is also all about communication, because many people are feeling so many things, and there are so many things going on at this time, and it is important that we be able to express to the people who we surround ourselves with what is going on internally. There are many people who are struggling with more stress, anxiety, and depression and this is all across the world, with all of the difficulties that are taking place in the world at the moment. It is so important that we be surrounding ourselves with people who want us to succeed, and who are also looking to succeed, and people who can support us, and people who can help us when we are going through difficult times. So the next card we have here is Libra. Libra is all about balance. Just love the images here on this card. Very, very sacred geometry. And Libra is all about balance, but Libra is all about justice. And interesting, here we have the number 7, which is obviously the house that dominates Libra. And the 7 is, interestingly enough, 2023 is actually a 7 universal year. And the archetype of the 7 is the truth seeker. But 7 also represents the number of spirituality. So 2023 is all about spirituality and finding the greater truths. For those of you who are interested in learning more about some of these greater truths, then I invite you to check out my podcast. I've included a link in the description below, where I touch on all kinds of topics about what is the greater truth, because there are the greater truths of the universe and the world at large, but there are also our individual truths. And this year is really all about identifying both our internal truths, and this is also because remember, we are soul beings having a human experience, and so the truth of who we are is actually who we are at a soul level, rather than who we are in this physical vessel. Our physical vessel is literally just what allows us to move through this world, but really our soul and our higher self is who has the answers, the truth about who we are and the truth about the world that we live in. So we are being asked to find more balance in our lives, because when we are not in a state of balance, then our soul will not be in a state of balance. We talk about mind, body, soul, because each of these aspects are part of one whole being, but each of them are also individual. Think about it. The mind has its own intelligence. the body has its own intelligence, because think about it, you're not making your heart beat or blood pump through your veins, or you're not the one secreting all of the hormones that your body needs. And even if you have no idea that this is happening because the body has its own innate wisdom, which is very, very powerful. And then the soul, well, the soul is basically, well, the energetic part of who we are that encodes and holds all of the information of every single lifetime that we have ever experienced. So we are being asked this year specifically, more importantly than ever, to come back into a state of balance, to come back into a state of homeostasis. Because how many of us are living a life of balance? How many of us are living balance in all areas of our lives? Most of us are choosing to focus on one area of our lives more than others. And most of us are focusing more than anything on our physical vessel without necessarily paying attention to what is happening in our mental space and what is happening in our soul space, which is very much connected to our heart also. So yes, we are being asked to identify where we are not in balance, but also I want to talk about divine justice, because Libra is also about divine justice and what is taking place at this time. And this is also very much supported with the energies of this lunar, this new moon that we just experienced a few days ago. And really, divine justice is playing out. So just know that we are embarking into a new cycle on a collective level as well as on an individual level. And those of us really that have not been true to ourselves, that have not been true to our souls, and that have not been listening to the calling of our heart and the calling of our soul, well, things naturally, the universe is going to start to shed and strip things away that are not aligning you with your highest divine mission. Because remember, beautiful souls, as much as we are soul beings having a human experience, our souls chose to come here at this time and to experience something, because we came here to learn certain lessons. But we also came here for those of us who are light workers, for those of us who are on a mission to bring higher states of consciousness to this world. Then we are being called to step into our missions now more than ever. Now more than ever, we must embody our higher selves, because we need to come back into a state of balance. Because when we are in a state of balance, then we will more easily start to identify what are our higher truths, what are our deeper truths at an individual level as well as a soul level. So the next card we have here is Root, with the numerology of 11. So look how beautiful this card is. You know, I just always love the trees. You know, the trees are so much more powerful than we give them credit for. And it makes me so sad that so many people are cutting down so many trees when they are literally what is giving us oxygen to breathe. People don't realize the importance of the trees, and a lot of the climate change that we are experiencing is also because we have but for a long time, humanity and human beings have been destabilizing the natural balance of nature and of this planet by cutting down all of the trees. And the trees are what root us to this earth, just as we have our 7 individual chakras, with the first chakra being the root chakra, the base of our spine, which sits at the base of the spine in the perineum area. And this is what connects our spirit being, our soul being, our energetic being to this earth, and it grounds us into our physical body. But the root chakra is connected to our very first early years of life. It connects to basically from babyhood, from babyhood to, I think it's about 6 months old, or even to a year, 2 years, maybe even. So take a moment to think back to this period of your life, because really everything comes from our childhood. Everything, if our first root chakra is based, if our root, think about it this way, coming back to our tree, is if the roots are not able to go further into the ground, then that tree will not go very high, because the deeper the roots of a tree can go, the higher that tree will grow, because it needs stability. It needs to be well implanted and grounded into the ground. So again, it's what is your foundation? And with the 11 here, the 11 is really about is high priestess energy. It's about your higher self. So it is going to be impossible for you to fully connect to your higher self if you are not well rooted in your body, in your life, in your energy, in your power, in your spirit, and in any of it. If you are being dominated by an energy of fear, it is going to be very difficult for you to move upwards through your other chakras or into the other parts of your life. So where is fear holding you back? And remember, fear is because of the fear that we experienced in childhood, the fear that we experienced all the way back then, that we were not fully able to process and clear out. Then this fear basically has lived with us from the moment that we experienced that trauma. And so I touch a lot more on this in my most recent podcast episode. So do please check that out. I don't want to go too far into those messages. But really, it's very, very important that you start to look towards your early years of childhood and start to identify where there was fear there. Because if you do not, if you did not feel a sense of trust from those early years of childhood, then it will be very difficult. Your entire foundation is based on you not feeling trust and you not feeling that it is okay for you to be here in this life, be here in this body, be who it is that you truly are. So the next card we have here is the 12th house, and interesting, here we have the 7 chakras. And so we talk about the 12th house. And the 12th house is really, we have the 12 houses of the zodiac, and the 12th house basically represents Piscean energy. It's the last sign of the zodiac. And the 12th house is really about our spiritual journey. It's really about transcending, we've gone round the cycle from the first house, which is all about the self, moving all the way round into the 12th house, which is basically the end of the cycle, where we have experienced an entire life and we are now being asked to be introspective and to look back through this entire cycle from our babyhood years, from our time of birth until the moment where we are currently in this moment in time, and to just take some time to be more introspective, to think about life and all the experiences, the challenges, the wonderful times, everything that you have experienced since you were birthed into this world. Take some time to be introspective and to think about everything. Think about how far you've come. Think about the traumas and the emotions that you've been through and that you have moved through and that you have survived and that you have learned, and realizing, beautiful souls, that every single one of the challenges and the obstacles that we face in life are basically lessons that our soul come here to learn. And it's not about getting stuck. And really the most powerful energy of all is forgiveness. Because when we remain stuck on something that perhaps was done unto us by somebody else, it's realizing that everybody is doing the best that they can with what they were taught. And it is unfortunate that we are not taught a great deal about how to deal with ourselves. We're not taught about really how our bodies function. We're not really taught about how to use our minds. We're not taught about how to deal with our emotions. We're not taught to deal with any of it. So you can imagine why now, when we're adults, so many of us have unhealthy coping mechanisms, because we didn't know how to deal with our trauma. We didn't know how to deal with our shit. We didn't know how to deal with any of the stuff that has been hitting us since we came into this world. And if we did not have parents who dealt with their own trauma and who unconsciously passed on their traumas to us, then you can imagine what this has done to us. So it's time to be introspective, and the numerology here is 5. And 5 is all about freedom. The archetype of the 5 is the freedom seeker, but the energy of the 5 is also about change. So we are moving through massive changes at this time. Massive changes on an individual level, on a collective level, on a galactic level, on an earth level. There are so many changes. The Bible talks about revelations, that a time would come when many truths would be revealed. And nobody really knew what that meant, and nobody really knows what that means. But the revelations are that the world as we know it is coming to an end. Many things are coming to the surface. Many things that we have not been told about are coming to the surface. And many changes are going to take place, and many changes have to take place so that we can start to move into this new energy, so that we can start to experience a new life. And this is why the introspection is so important, because we are being asked to create the new foundation for the next changes to come. So what is the world that we want to live in? Who is it that we want to be? What is it that we want to experience? Because all of these questions are more important now than they have ever been, because the energies are supporting major changes, and we can either actively be part of that change, or we can be left behind because we don't want to change and we want to stay exactly where we are. But it is evolve or die, beautiful souls, because at some point in time, if something doesn't evolve, then it becomes obsolete. And we are being asked to evolve as well, because if we don't, then we too will become obsolete. The next card we have here is Lost and Found. What was once lost is about to be found, thanks to the Lost and Found fairy. Sometimes she can help us find things we never even realized were lost. Beautiful souls. We are going through a time of major spiritual awakening. Whether you believe it or not, this is happening. Whether you're able to tune into the energies, and the more that you follow these messages, the more you will be able to tune into these energies and see that there is something beautiful that is happening. There is, in the non-physical realm, there is massive amounts of beautiful energies. Fairies, angels, God, the universe are all here to support us through these transformations and these evolutions. And if we ask, God said, ask and you shall receive. So ask and you too will receive. But the only thing that is blocking you from receiving is that you, beautiful souls, do not believe that you are worthy of these blessings. You do not believe that these beings are here to support you, and that the universe wants nothing but for you to succeed, because we are here on a group mission, and we are here to do something that is going to help not only ourselves but generations to come. So believe that there is support here, and ask for what you have lost. For if you have lost your faith, then ask God, ask the universe, ask your spirit guides, ask whatever higher power that you believe in to support you through this change. And know that you too are being found. The true you is being found. Moon energy, and yes, we recently had the new moon. Before that, we had a lunar eclipse, which was so powerful. These energies have been crazy, and I see them, I feel them energetically as I'm very tuned in, but also I see this on the physical plane, the manifestations of all of these energies. There is so much going on at this time, and we are really being asked to be a part of this change, beautiful souls. So moon energy, surrender to the natural ebb and flow of life. If you're feeling confused, this fairy comes to calm emotions and reassure you that peace of mind is possible. Beautiful souls, breathing, doing that breathing that we did at the beginning of this video is a beautiful way to re-calm yourself, remembering your breathing and your breath is directly connected to your nervous system. So if you are breathing slow, shallow breathing and you're not getting enough oxygen, your body, your nervous system is telling you that you are in fight or flight mode. So if you start to slow down your breathing, taking nice long inhales and nice long exhales, then what happens here is that you start to calm your nervous system. You start to calm your body down. And when your body and your breathing feels calm, then your mind will also feel calm. There is so much chaotic, crazy energy out there, beautiful souls, that if we don't take the time to calm down and to actively seek out moments of calm and to actively, consciously say, I am going to go and just take some time to just be calm. It's very, very important to ground your energies here and to not be too connected to everything that's going on via technology. There's so much information going on, and it's hard to decipher what is true and what is not. So the best thing you can do, beautiful souls, is to just follow your emotions, follow what you're feeling. If your body needs to rest, take some time to rest. If you feel like doing nothing, do nothing. Your body is telling you what it needs, and it is important that you respect and listen to it. So surrender to the energies, tune into meditation. You know, meditation takes many different forms. Going for a walk in nature, sitting in the garden, coloring, drawing, writing, meditating, editing, something where your focus is only on one thing, especially something that allows you to be creative and to tune into those energies inside of you. And creativity takes on so many forms. Creativity is dancing, is writing, is drawing, is just whatever comes to you naturally. Whatever feels right to you is your own form of creativity. Inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Beautiful, look at this. You know, and I really feel these energies present at this time. Our inner children are being asked to tap into that energy of playfulness, to tap into that energy of curiosity, to tap into that energy of innocence, where I feel like the world has become so perverted. It's like the whole world has lost their morals. Why is it that people can't just be good people? Why is it that we all have to tear each other down and feel that, you know, in order to have, others must have not? It's not true. Remember when we were children and we were open to so many things and we just wanted to play and we were innocent and we didn't want to tap into all of these no longer natural and human things. You know, truly as human beings, we are all born good. Look at babies. All babies are pure and innocent, and it is what the outside world teaches them that perverts them. And I don't know why that is the word that keeps wanting to come out, but we are living in a society of perversion where everything has been, you know, from hypersexualization to the way women are being objectified to be sex symbols. And, you know, we're supposed to have moved forward in time, but it really looks that we have moved backwards, because it feels like there is so much more slavery today and there is so much less freedom than we used to. And what is happening? It feels like racism has increased so much. And what is happening in this world? What is happening? It's crazy. There needs to be more togetherness. There needs to be, you know, at the end of the day, we are one single human race. And if we can't all come together to be better as one whole collective, then where are we going, really? And it all starts with each of us individually. How can we be better, kinder people? How can we start to improve the world for ourselves? Because if everybody said, hey, I'm going to be a better person today, think about the changes that would happen. It does start with each and every one of us individually. And there is inspiration. Just look around you, beautiful souls, and believe that you too are inspiring for the people in your community. We are all here to inspire those around us. But the best way to inspire is to embody and to follow our dreams. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. Yes, beautiful souls, remember, our bodies are literally our temples. Our bodies are the vessels for our souls. And if we do not nourish our temples and our bodies, if we, you know, excessively put crap into them, and this comes in the form of food, this comes in as in the form of content, this comes in the form of, there's so much excess. People drink too much, people smoke too much, people watch too much pornography, people have too much sex, people eat too much sugar. And we've all been there. I'm not saying that I'm not there, but I saw how this was damaging my life, and I saw that if I didn't start to clean myself out and my body out, cleaning away people who are toxic, energies that are toxic, things that do not have our best intentions. If we are working in a job that makes us feel miserable and we want to die every day when we go to our jobs, then that is not the job for us, because we don't realize that if we put ourselves in it, and yes, we have to pay bills, and yes, we have to do all these things to be a part of the matrix, but human beings, the main reason we want to be a part of the matrix and we want to be a part of society is because we want community, and we want to live purpose. But we can live purposefully without buying into all this nonsense of what we are being told and sold that we have to buy into. We don't need to be consuming anything or everything so excessively in order to be happy. We really have to start looking into the concepts of minimalism, because when we live minimalistically, we start to appreciate so much more what we have. When we live a life of consumerism and excess consumption, then we no longer appreciate what we have. We always want more, but more at the cost of what? At the expense of whom? So think about where you might be in too much excess, and share with us down in the comments below where you are having difficulty, because it would be wonderful for us to create a community here where we can all support and help each other through these massive changes. Beautiful souls, realizing that our health is truly our wealth, and once we start to love and nurture and look after our bodies and ourselves and our individual human beings and our individual soul beings, then things will start to shift. But we must start nurturing ourselves, because if we don't nurture ourselves, then things are not going to get good. Things are not going to get better. The time is now. We can continue to say, oh, in 1 week, or, oh, I'm not yet sick now, so I don't need to do anything about it. But now is the time, because if you don't make those changes now, eventually it will catch up with you. So we are being asked, or we are not even being asked, we are being pushed to activate our third eye. We talk about the third eye, but really I like to talk about the first eye, because really we are first spiritual beings having a human experience. So our first eye, which allows us to see beyond this physical realm, which allows us to see into the non-physical dimensions, which are the ones that govern everything in this dimension. Think about it for yourself. First comes thought, then comes action. So first it exists in the non-physical realm, in your mind, which is not a tangible thing, and then your body is given the inspiration to go and physically do something so we can anchor it into this physical reality. So what is your inner vision? Where are you not seeing clearly? We are being asked to open up and to start to see what we have not been seeing, and realizing that when we have unprocessed emotions, and when we have unprocessed trauma, and when we are living from a place of fear, then what happens? Well, we can no longer see clearly. Our vision is being tainted by all of this fear, by all of the unprocessed fear, which has just been accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. But there is nothing to fear, beautiful souls, because the universe and all of the unseen realm is literally here to support us as we go through this change. And the sooner you start to tune out of the negative realms, of the lower frequency realms, and start to elevate your vibration so you can tap into this kind of energy, then soon you too will be vibrating high, and you too will be able to experience nothing but greatness in your life. But do you believe that you are worthy of experiencing this greatness? The next card we have here is Order of Melchizedek. embraced by light, mission uncovered. Don't give up. Look at this beautiful. Look at all of this light. This, beautiful souls, is the light that is waiting to emanate through your heart, because you, whoever is here listening to this video, know that you have been chosen by higher powers to be here at this time, to share your vibration, because they say those who are vibrating at higher levels of vibration, you clear out the lower vibrations of up to 10,000 people. Think about that. Without doing anything but being in your energy and being happy in your vessel and in your life and doing the things that bring you joy and make you happy and make you feel fulfilled and make you feel like you have a sense of purpose. This is what you are being called to embody. This is what you are being called to shine out into the world. Don't give up, because the more you follow this path, the more you will be embraced by light, and the more your mission will be uncovered. Beautiful souls, for such a long time, I lived in the deepest state of depression. For so many years, I did not want to be on this planet. I'm not actively saying that I tried to take my life, but on many occasions, I just wished that it could all end, because I couldn't live with the pain that was living inside of me, and the I just couldn't understand why I couldn't fit in anywhere, why I couldn't connect with others. And I realized it was because there was so much stuff inside of me that I needed to process from my childhood, that was even into adulthood, that was not allowing me to connect with other people, that was not allowing me to fully be in my light. I was fearful of my own self, because so many people had projected their fears onto me that I felt that there was no space in this world for me to be me. But truly, the more that I started to uncover my mission and to connect with who I am and discover and to really know myself, the more I started to tap into these energies and to start to be able to tap into the energies that are present at this time, that want nothing more than for us to succeed. But the only way that all of these energies and these beings and these powers that are here to support us can assist us is if we ask them, because free will means that we have to ask for things. If we do not ask for help, then help will not suddenly come and find us. We must ask for it. So don't give up. There is help here. And help is also, again, coming into this first card that we had here with Gemini and creating community. We cannot be alone. No person can survive alone. Even the most successful people, they didn't get there on their own. They needed a whole group and team of people to help them bring their mission into reality, because we need people. You know, I was the queen of thinking that I could be alone. But because I just had built so many walls around me, I was incapable of asking for help. I was incapable of being vulnerable. I was incapable of showing any kind of emotion. And so people just didn't open up to me either, because remember, it's a two-way street. We always have a part to play in whatever we are giving other people responsibility for. Nobody has control over our lives but ourselves. So stop giving your power away and saying, oh, this and this person did this person did that. So full moon in Scorpio, breathe through the tension. Yes, let's take another moment here to breathe. We've gone through a lot of intense emotions here probably. I'm sure I've probably triggered a lot of you out there, and please know that this is truly coming from a place of love. Realizing that when you release all this trauma and this deep-seated shadows inside of you that you are not even aware are there but are holding you back, beautiful souls, you will start to move through life in a different way. So let's just take a moment to breathe here. Again, I invite you to close your eyes. Deep inhale through your nose. Deep exhale through the mouth into the belly, HA sound. Deep inhale through the nose. Deep exhale, HA sound. Push the energy down. Deep inhale through the nose. One last inhale. Pull the energy all the way up to the space above your head. And exhale, push down through the base of your spine, down through the thighs, the knees, the legs, the ankles, the feet, and all the way back down into the ground. Feel your buttocks or your glutes just ground into the surface beneath you. And just allow your whole body to relax, beautiful souls. It is safe for you to be here now. It is safe for you to be here now. It is safe for you to be in your power. Breathe. Remember to breathe. When life gets tough, breathe. Your breath will always help you. Your breath will always help you to come back into your heart and to come back into a state of calmness where it will be so much easier to deal with all the blah that's going on in here that sometimes it's hard to quieten down. So just breathe. When things get really tough and when things get really overwhelming, just breathe. Take some time to focus on your breathing. Nice long inhales, nice long exhales. Push through any insecurity. Beautiful souls, you were born to do this. You were born to be great. You were born to be in your power. You were born to know yourself better than ever before. You were born to do whatever your heart desires. You were born to do whatever your childhood self dreamt of. You are capable of everything and anything your heart desires. Beautiful souls, you are powerful. You are unbeatable. You are unstoppable. I see you, beautiful souls, and the universe sees you too. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Tune out of what other people are saying. Tune out of all the stuff that people are deflecting on you. It is time for you to follow your heart, and it is time to follow your soul, because this is what you came here to do and be. So beautiful souls, please like this video if you found it helpful. Please share this message with others around you if you feel that they will benefit from this message. And please subscribe to the channel if you want to stay tuned for more messages like this. Much love and light to you all, and I'm wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful journey. Bye.